Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 1034th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And what a cracking battle I've got for you today. You'll see this is fought on one of our custom maps. This is called the Mountain Pass map. Okay, you'll notice straight away it's got quite a bit of undulating ground. And if you look around the outskirts of the map, can you see the big mountains? And that's why this is called the Mountain Pass map. Okay. And as I say, you can see there's lots of ups and downs on this map here. This is quite a high part of the map here, so you could see a lot of fighting going on for that particular part of the map. As we move all the way over here, you can see quite a steep hill over on this side. Okay, so our first teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius with his faction of choice, Greek cities. Now he's got 13 Spartans and 5 light cavalry. Okay, just to say that light cavalry can be very effective on a 31k battlefield. He uses it very well, takes it around the battlefield, smashes into the back of tired, engaged enemy troops, or if we have archers in the battles, they're good for taking out the archers as well. So, as I say, that's Aurelius' faction of choice, and he's got very good with them over the years. Our next teammate is a Brotherhood member Fesen. Now, Fesen's just got 10 infantry, 2 town watch, 6 cavalry and a dog unit. Okay, so only 10 infantry, but what I wanted to show you here is that the majority of his infantry have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. How rare is that? How rare is that? You see that on infantry there, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So if I remember correctly, 8 of his infantry have got 8 upgrades on. Here he's got a couple of town watch units with no upgrades on. Did you notice that? No upgrades on his town watch units, and I'm guessing they're going to be part of his piler shield units, okay, as they've got no upgrades on. And if you notice here, 2 of his urban cohorts have just got gold shield, gold attack. I'm thinking they're going to be part of his piler shield unit there. So 8 of his infantry have got 8 upgrades on, and his cavalry are just gold shield, gold attack, because he spent most of his money on his infantry. And there you are, he's got a war dog unit there as well. So I think that's quite an interesting army build there. Be interesting to see how well those 8 upgraded troops do. Our next teammate is Titan's Beast. Now he's got 17 pikes and 3 cavalry. Now I just wanted to have a look at the upgrades on his pikes here, okay? Now you'll see that some of his pikes, remember what we've talked about in other battle videos, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack are the optimum upgrade for Macedonian Royal Pikemen. So some of his units have got the maximum optimum upgrades, and others have got 7 upgrades on. Can you see gold shield, gold attack and a stripe? But most of his units are just gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so what he's done here, he's gone for quantity over quality. Okay, he's gone for quantity over quality. The vast majority of his pikes are just gold shield, gold attack. You'll see here that he's got a couple more. There's a gold shield, gold attack one there, and then you've got other ones here that with the 8, the optimum upgrades on there as well. So he's got mixed upgrades, but he has, in general, gone for quantity over quality. I'm thinking his cavalry probably just gold shield, yeah, there you are, just gold shield, gold attack for his cavalry. Remember, these are the companion cavalry or the winged horsemen with their massive 9 charge bonus. Remember, the charge bonus is the impact and penetration a unit can do. So he's got 3 of them. So he's got 17 pikes and 3 cavalry. As I say, quantity over quality here with his pikes, and it'll be interesting to see how well they do during the course of the battle. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander. I've got 13 infantry and 5 cavalry. So there's our team. As I said before, it's got the potential to be an absolute cracking battle. And here is the other team. We have SPQR Vetator. Okay, now Vetator's got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. And the reason that's the bog standard 31k Roman army is because it's so effective and so efficient. And it's been that type of army for many, many years. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does during the course of the battle. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Tabor. Now he's got 13 infantry and 6 cavalry, but he's got an unusual army build here. Okay, 13 infantry, 6 cavalry. If you have a look at his forward units, you'll see that he's got early legionary cohorts with 1 upgrade on. Okay, and this early legionary cohort has just got 2 upgrades on. These are very cheap units there with very low morale there, that he's just obviously using for his pilot shield units there. So I'm thinking that probably his cavalry are, yeah, there you go. He's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. Okay, so he's decided to spend the bulk of his money on well upgraded cavalry there. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does during the course of the battle. The next teammate is someone who's called himself Pornus, but is in fact Brotherhood member Royer. Now Royer's got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry, not quite the bog standard 31k Roman army if I remember correctly, because I believe he's got an extra morale boosting eagle unit in amongst his infantry. There you are. He's put extra morale boosting eagle unit there with his general, so he's got 2 lots of morale going on with his Roman army there. And their last teammate is RTW player Barclayman. Now he's got 3 factions of choice. He's got Pontus, Thrace and Carthage. That's the 3 factions that he really likes using there. And you can see he's gone for Carthage. He's got 16 sacred band, 2 missile troops and 2 town militia units within his army. But as I say, this is one of his factions of choice. He usually brings good upgrades on his sacred band, usually 8. There you are, 8 upgrades on his sacred band there, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And as I say, he's got some light infantry as well, which of course he'll use for pilot shield units there. Okay, so as I say, that's one of his factions of choice there. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does during the course of the battle. So there's the enemy team. As I say, it's got the potential to be an absolutely great battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this early stage of the battle, just to let you know that I pressed start before I'd sorted my battle formation out. How many veterans listening to this have done that? So rather than halt the game and ask people to wait while I do my battle formation, what I'm going to try and do is make my battle formation while we're actually on the move. As you know, that's very difficult to do that, but rather than hold the game up, people waiting for me, I'm going to try and do that. Here's a bit of higher ground here. I'm thinking that Beast will, with his Macedonians, may well take over, and I think Fesen will come over there to assist at holding that particular part of the ground there. Okay, remember this is an undulating ground map, so tactical ground movement is very important. Here you'll see Vetator here that maybe wanting to take his army around the other side of the rock, maybe to get in behind us there, possibly is what he's thinking, or he's going to attack on the flank here. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what Vetator's going to do during the course of the battle. Okay, so as I say, for me now, I've got to try and sort out my battle formation here, and hopefully not going to be put under pressure straight away. Right, so as I say, here you'll see that Beast has made a smaller army there. As I say, he's gone for quantity over quality here. So as I say, he's made a smaller army there, and he's got his main army in the centre, moving his cavalry forward. And as I said, Fesen is moving up to support him there in taking that slightly higher ground. As I say, on these undulating ground maps, tactical ground movement is very, very important. You certainly don't want to be in a dip when you're fighting enemy on a higher part of the ground. So as I say, tactical ground movement very important. You'll see that Aurelius is running over there as fast as he can. He's put his cavalry over on the far right there. He may well be looking to harass the Carthage general there, maybe looking to take out his town militia or something like that with that cavalry. He could well be looking to harass Barclayman there. But as I say, over here in the centre, it looks like Beast and Fesen are going to maybe team up here, integrate together there. There'll be a lot of pilot exchanging going on, so of course Beast will want to avoid that because his 121 man units there are extremely susceptible to missile damage of any type there. Now, as we thought here, if we look at the makeup of Fesen's battle formation, remember we saw his his army earlier. He's got gold shield, gold attack units, and those town watch unit as his main pilot shield units there, whereas 8 upgraded troops there are at the back. So that's a good tactical battle formation there that Fesen has set up. Let's say here you can see that both Tabor with his green Brutia army and the purple army of Royer has moved forward. Just look at the pilers going in there. I mean, it's literally literally raining pilots there from both sides. A lot of real pilot exchange going on there between the two armies. As I say, Beast's doing a good thing there, keeping his Macedonians away from the pilot exchange in there, because as I say, he knows his units would suffer a lot of damage there. Meanwhile, at the back here, I'm trying as fast as I can get my battle formation sorted out here, but you can see that Vetator is moving his Red Julia army down here, so it'll be my job to kind of shadow Vetator here on our left flank once I get my battle formation sorted. But here you can see, as I say, Tabor's green Brutii infantry and the purple arome of Royer there kind of combining. And you'll see that our Greek city's ally is moving up there, Aurelius. Now, Barclayman may well go for Aurelius here. As we know, Carthage is a really good matchup against Spartans. So that's what he may well be looking at there. Or he may well be looking to keep his Carthaginians back for the Macedonians. We just have to wait and see. Okay, so here you'll see that Beast has put some of his pikes in the forward units of Fesen's blue Scipii troops there, and look how aggressive he is with the Macedonians. Now, as I say, very rare to see Macedon used in an aggressive way. Most people use Macedon in a defensive way, but you can see there that Beast is being very aggressive and moving forward with those 4 or 5 units of Macedonian pikes there into the enemy troops, still keeping his main army there off to the left, obviously keeping him away from the pillars there. Okay, so as I say, here I've almost got my battle formation kind of sorted out, and you've got another 4 pikes there to support my army against Vetator's Red Julia army there. Okay, but the battle could be won or lost in the center here. Okay, so as I say, just look how Beast has moved those 5 Macedonian pike units in front of Fesen's infantry there. Very aggressive move. It wouldn't surprise me if he actually charged them forward as well. He's probably going to get possibly hit by pillars, or he may well have judged that most of the pillars have been thrown. But I think there's still some more coming in. Look at that. Look at that raining of armor-piercing pillars going into those Macedonians. But rather than retreat, can you see Beast is now moving forward with his pikemen there? As I say, he's gone for quantity over quality here. So very aggressive move there. So he decided he's going to take the pillars there because he's got so many units. Okay, so just to pause the game for a second here. So I've basically got my battle formation into some kind of order there, backed up by those Macedonian pikes of Beast. You can see that Vetator taking his red Roman army. Looks like he may well try to get in behind us there, but he's who I will be shadowing. That's going to be my job. I've got my cavalry and infantry there ready to shadow him. Now, over here, you'll see that Aurelius here with his Spartans is moving up to the center there. So it'd be interesting to see what Barclayman's going to do here, or whether one of Barclayman's Roman allies is going to maybe try and draw Aurelius away from the main battle. Keep an eye open for that. Okay, but here, as I say, you can see Beast's 5 Macedonian units there, is very aggressive with them. And there, can you see that Tabor is moving his Brutii troops towards Aurelius? Now, I don't think that Tabor is going to want to take on those Spartans head on. Okay, not with his Roman army, but he might try, as I said a little bit earlier, to draw Aurelius away from the main battle there. Okay, can you see how Tabor is now moving his green Brutii troops around the flank of Aurelius here? Okay, now it'd be interesting to see how Aurelius is going to react to this, because I can see Barclayman's Carthaginians moving towards Aurelius as well. Okay, so the last thing Aurelius wants to do is to fight 2 armies. Certainly doesn't want to fight Carthage there, as well as being attacked by the Brutii troops. As I say, Beast being very aggressive with his Macedonian army there. As I say, here you'll see that Tabor is moving his well-upgraded cavalry. Remember, he's got 8 upgrades on that cavalry, and he looks like he's moving out to try and team up with Vetator there. As I say, my battle formation is not completely finished yet, but I'm just trying to Still trying to sort it out a little bit there, but by and large it's pretty well sorted. But here, as I say, can you see how Tabor has moved his Brutii infantry around the flank? And can you see how he's drawing Aurelius away from the main battle in the centre there? Just pause the game for a second there. So you can see that he's moved his infantry around and trying to draw Aurelius' Spartans away. Now this may well allow Barclayman to move his Carthaginians in to attack the Macedonians, okay, as well as Royer here. Now I remember in this battle Royer was very aggressive, but we're going to see that a little bit later on, okay. But at the rear of our team there, you'll see that I am shadowing the Julii army there of SPQR Vetator. Right, can you see that Barclayman is slowly moving his Carthaginian troops in forward there, if you notice that? Possibly looking to take on those Macedonian pikes. It'd be just to be interesting to see how aggressive Barclayman's going to be here with his Carthaginians. Right, you can see here that Fesen's moving his troops forward there along with more Macedonian pikes. Okay, watch those Macedonian pikes there of Beast. Okay, as I say, very aggressive with Macedon, if I remember correctly, Beast was. And as I say, you don't see that very often. Most Macedonian generals kind of a little bit more defensive. But you can see him really pushing those Macedonian pikes in. I think that's because he's gone for quantity over quality. So he knows he's got a lot of units that he can throw in here. Okay, but watch this. Watch the cavalry of Royers going in there, the SPQR cavalry. Watch this, and watch his infantry charge forward at the same time, and bang, as that cavalry smashes in there. If you notice, he's charging his infantry forward as well. Oh my gosh, what a massive hit. I told you Royer was going to be very aggressive in this battle, and look at that massive hit that's just come in on the front of Fesen and Beast's army there. Okay, and look, you can see that some of Fesen's units have already been routed there by that massive hit, and some of Beast's units have been routed by that massive aggressive combination hit of cavalry and infantry. Oh my gosh, as I said, I remember Royer being extremely aggressive in that battle, and what a hit that is. I mean, there was some danger he could have got a mass rout going there. Meanwhile here, I think Tabor has done a good job at drawing Aurelius away from the main battle there. He's got units here. He may well look to go into the flank of my infantry. Okay, so my job for me, I think for the team, is to try and hold up all these enemy troops. That's what I think I'm going to try and do there. Hopefully allowing my allies to do a lot of damage to the other enemy troops there. You'll see, do you remember the pikes that Beast had put in amongst my troops? He's now bringing them back over to the centre, because I think that he can see there's a lot of danger there, so he's going to reinforce the centre with those pikes. But oh my gosh, what an aggressive attack there by Royer. I mean, I just was a bit worried he might have got a mass rout going there, and I think that's what he was hoping to do. I think he was hoping the 6 charge cavalry charge bonus plus his infantry charge bonus was going to get a mass rout of the Macedonians going, and that might have triggered the Scipii troops to mass rout as well. But he didn't do that, but that's what I think he was hoping to do. Okay, but he's still pressing forward. Look at his SPQR infantry still being very aggressive. Now what I want to do here is draw your attention to Fesen's cavalry. Okay, nice tactical move here by Fesen. Can you see he's moving his cavalry out here? And it wouldn't surprise me if he got in behind here to look to smash into the back of the engaged enemy troops. Okay, that would be a good tactical move there, I think, for Fesen. I don't know what all of you guys are thinking there, but I think that would be a good tactical move there. You'll see some Carthaginian units have been thrown into attacking Beast and Fesen's infantry there. As I say, Aurelius has been kind of, you can see, been pulled away there from the main battle by Tabor, using his green Brutii infantry as bait to pull Aurelius away from the centre battle there. So nice tactical move there by Tabor. And it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen there on that flank. Okay, but as I say, here is Barclayman going to attack with his Carthaginians. We just have to wait and see. Okay, but my army's at the back here. That green Brutii infantry could well come into the flank of my infantry there, while all those troops attack the front of my battle formation. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. Okay, but meanwhile here, as I say, Fesen taking his cavalry round the flank there. as you can see, and it'll be interesting to see where he positions his cavalry in regard of where he's going to charge in. Right, can you see? I can see that Beast is throwing in some more of his Macedonian pikes there. We've got to try and hold the centre here. It's a cavalry going in again. See the SPQR cavalry going in again? Look, and bang! Look at the penetration of that SPQR cavalry. Oh my gosh, is he going to cause a mass rout in our centre there? He's almost broken through, look. If you look at that cavalry, he's almost broken through there, and his infantry are charging forward. You've got Carthaginian spearmen charging in there as well. They're definitely looking to break our centre there. Okay, make no mistake about that. They are looking to smash and crash our centre. Okay, so Fesen, it'd be interesting to see where he's going to put his cavalry, or whether he's going to charge in from that position there. Have the enemy troops spotted his cavalry? That's the next thing I was going to say, because I'd have thought some Carthage spears would have been put in place if they had spotted him. Right, here comes Fesen's cavalry. Watch the impact, watch the penetration of Fesen's cavalry going in here. Get ready for this. Right, pause the game for a second here. So you can see a great tactical move here by Fesen. He's looking to smash in there. And also watch the Macedonian cavalry coming through. Okay, now what Beast is going to do here, he's got to put his pikes up before he charges his cavalry through. Okay, so watch out for that. Remember, friendly pikes, friendly spears will kill friendly cavalry if they're down when your cavalry charges through. Okay, but watch out for Fesen's cavalry and watch out for Beast's cavalry here. This could be a sandwich attack. Get ready for this. Okay, and meanwhile at the back here you can see enemy troops closing in on my battle formation there. Maybe that Julii cavalry looking to get in around the flank of my infantry there is what I'm thinking. And I got my cavalry to counter that if necessary. But meanwhile here back in the centre, just watch out for Beast cavalry and Fesen's cavalry in a sandwich attack. Get ready for this. This could be a classic. And there goes that Fesen's cavalry going in there, like, and bang! Beast just waiting for the right time. Put his cavalry in wedge formation. Look. Right, just want to show you here. Can you see that he's put his pikes up? Okay, so Beast has put his pikes up, so he's not going to lose any cavalry, right, on friendly pikes. Okay, so he can now charge his cavalry through his pikes, knowing that he's not going to suffer any friendly damage from his pikes there. Okay, so it's a nice sandwich hit here. Fesen's cavalry and Beast cavalry going in together. Oh my gosh. Bang! And there goes the Macedonian cavalry with their 9 charge bonus. And bang! As they smash in there. Oh my gosh. And he moved his pikemen forward as well. Even though they haven't got their pikes down, he moved them forward to use their secondary weapon, the sword. And look at all those enemy units that have just been routed by that combination cavalry hit there. Great bit of teamwork there by Fesen and Beast, I thought. Meanwhile, over here, you'll see that Aurelius and with his Greek cities there are starting to get into a tussle there with the Carthaginians, which I was expecting to see a bit earlier, actually. I was expecting Barclayman to have taken his Carthaginians over to attack the Greek cities. Meanwhile, over here, remember we saw a Venator's red Julii cavalry coming round the flank, and I said I had my cavalry locked and loaded, ready to attack them there. Now you can see both our cavalries engaged. If you notice there, I think we've both alt-attacked using our heavy swords. Remember, you charge in with a light lance, but once you get into a melee, you alt-attack using your heavy swords there. You can see the Macedonian companion cavalry charging in there to help me out, and Fesen's cavalry in there as well. So I shouldn't think Venator's cavalry is going to last very long there with all the cavalry in. Right, pause the game for a second there. So as I said, as I said earlier, you can see that the Brutii infantry of Tabor coming in on the flank of my battle formation. My forward units being held by Julii, and he looks like he's going to bring some more units around the flank of my infantry. Okay, my job at the moment is to try and hold up as many enemy troops as I can at the rear of our team there. Okay, but here, great support here by Beast and Fesen here. As we're trying to take out Venator's red Julii cavalry. Okay, you can see that a lot of hits going in there, like a bang! Fesen's cavalry charging in there. I think Venator's cavalry is holding quite well. He's bringing infantry units over to try and support his cavalry, but you can see he's still got 2 cavalry units really holding well. They've just routed there, but you can see he's brought some infantry over, so it's time for us to move our cavalry away from that infantry there, which is what you'll see both Fesen and myself and Beast doing. But meanwhile here you can see a lot of pressure on my infantry battle formation there. Pause the game for a second. So as I say, I've got to look at that cavalry just smashed into the front of my battle formation there. They're throwing pilers in to my battle formation as well. Okay, I'm being hit in the flank, in the front. They look like they're going to come around the rear. There's a group of Julii infantry. Wouldn't surprise me if they came around to try and take out my Eagle unit and my general unit there to take my morale bonus away. We've still got Fesens and my cavalry there, which I'm hoping we're going to slam into some of that enemy infantry there. That would be quite handy if we did that. Watch Fesen there, watch his cavalry. I can see it looks like he's got his finger on the trigger, and there you go, he's going to charge in there like, and bang, and watch my cavalry come in to support that cavalry hit as well. Here comes my cavalry as well. You can see Beast bringing some of his pike units over as well, like a bang, as my cavalry smashes in there. Oh my gosh, we got Fesens and my cavalry there, plus, as I say, you got Beast brought some pikes over as well. I mean, this is like a mini battle. There's some cavalry going in on my flank, like a bang, as Tabor charges in those 8 upgraded cavalry. Remember, those cavalry got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Right, can you see that my army now is basically surrounded? I've turned my Eagle unit, instead of facing front, I've turned it now to face the rear, so that it's actually facing the attack coming in from it, rather than getting hit in the back there. But you can see it's like a mini battle going on here at the back of our team. As I say, my job there is to try and hold up as many enemy troops as I can. Okay, meanwhile, back in the center here, you'll see that both Fesen and Beast are doing well. They're at hold in the center after their combination cavalry attack routed so many enemy troops. Meanwhile, over here, as I say, you can see that the Carthaginians of Barclayman and Aurelius' Spartans there are fighting as well. It's kind of like 3 separate battles going on at the moment, in a way, isn't it? I know they're all connected, but it's 3 actions going on at the moment here. Right, so Fesen and myself going to pull our cavalry back out, look to lock and load them, and then charge them back in. I can see Beast charging one of his cavalry units in there, and bang, as he smashes in there. But you can see I've lost a lot of my infantry. Can you see the left flank of my battle formation? I've lost a heck of a lot, and I reckon a lot of them were killed by pilers, and of course that Brutii infantry coming in on my flank there. So there's cavalry attack going in again, look, and bang, with those 8 upgrades on of Tabors. I'm moving my cavalry and charging in there, hoping to take out one of the generals there. So yeah, just took out the Brutii general there. That was one of the targets that I wanted to hit there. Make no mistake, that was a surgical hit with my cavalry. Fesen getting his cavalry in behind the engaged enemy troops there. Great support there by Fesen there, but you can see a lot of enemy infantry really pushing in on my battle formation there. Okay, but my cavalry there, I managed to take out that Brutii general, so that's good news for us. Over here, you'll see both Beast and Fesen being very aggressive here, attacking the enemy in the centre. And as I say, Aurelius doing well against the Carthaginians. But as I say, it's like 3 separate battles going on at the moment, isn't it? In the centre, on our right flank, and at the rear of our team there as well. Nice hit here by Fesen charging his cavalry in. I've got my cavalry there as well. What's left of them, I'm going to pull them back to lock and load them and charge in. Okay, I've actually turned my general unit to face the rear as well now, facing that Julii threat coming in. Oh, that's good news. Aurelius has just taken out the Carthage general, so that's good news for us. But here you can see that Brutii cavalry. And remember, that Brutii cavalry's got 8 upgrades on. He's charging him again like a bang. I'm chasing him with my cavalry, what I've got left of my cavalry there, as you can see. Okay, pause the game for a second here. So basically, you'll see that my army is kind of, well, it's kind of surrounded, isn't it? My battle formation is kind of surrounded here. And there's Fesen, looks like he's going to charge his cavalry in again. Great, as I say, great support there. And you can see some Macedonian units in there as well. Good support from Beast as well. Great teamwork going on here. There's a couple of Vetators, infantry units there, maybe looking to come into the back of our team. And do you remember that light cavalry of Aurelius we were talking about? Look how he's just smashed them into the rear of those tired, engaged enemy troops there. Nice hit there. As I say, that's Aurelius' faction of choice. He's got very good with them there. And you can see Fesen and Beast really pushing in. And you notice that Beast has put his pikes up so he doesn't kill any of the Greek cities of friendly cavalry there. Just like you need to notice that. Just little points here that you might find quite interesting. But over here you'll see that the Carthaginians there and Aurelius there, you can see some Carthage units have been routed, but also you'll see some Greek city units have been routed as well. So don't forget, both of these are wily old generals. and with their factions of choices there, so that could that'd be a real tussle over there. But at the rear here, as I say, my job for the team is to hold and attract as many enemy troops as I can, hopefully allowing my allies to take advantage of that. And bang, as Fesen's cavalry goes in there. But he was attacking up the slope there. I don't know if you notice, he's up the slope attacking there, so he would have lost a lot of his charge bonus there. Can you see that cavalry unit really penetrated into my battle formation there? And I've just got a few cavalry left, that's all I've got. Fesen's cavalry fighting here, look. Doing well, but I'm charging my cavalry, or what's left of my cavalry. Just that's all the units I've got left. I went for the red Julii general there. I'm just trying to take out the general, take the morale bonus away. Okay, make no mistake about that. That's what I was going for. But you can see I haven't got a lot of cavalry left, so they wouldn't have done a lot of damage. But I was going for the Julii general there, try and take him out. Okay, that was a surgical strike, but I just didn't have the weight of numbers there to be able to get through to him. As I say, Fesen's doing well there with his cavalry, but you can see my there goes that cavalry. Now, is that cavalry going to hit my infantry or go in on Fesen's cavalry? And bang! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I think all of Fesen's cavalry basically has now been taken out. Okay, and you can see that my infantry battle formation is now completely surrounded by Brutii and Julii troops. Okay, you can see I'm completely surrounded, and make no mistake, all those troops are really pushing in on my infantry. I'm just hoping my allies can get over to me as soon as they can. Right, they've managed to rout the Carthage general there. I see the SPQR general still there, but they'll be looking to take him out as well. There, so really well done to my allies. As I say, I just hope they can get some reinforcements over to me pretty quick, because as you can see, they're completely surrounded. I've been fighting for a long time as well. I've lost a lot of troops there. You can see them really pushing in, and that cavalry of Tabor's there. Oh, that's good. SPQR general taken out, and I've just charged what's left of my cavalry into those enemy troops there. But you've got Tabor's well upgraded cavalry still. Right, you can see Fesen bringing some reinforcements over. Thank goodness for that. That's really good news. But watch Tabor's green Brutii cavalry there. Okay, with their 8 upgrades on. And if he charges them in there, maybe that could be the straw that broke the camel's back. Because look at the penetration the enemy have got into my battle formation there. Right, you can see my allies starting to come over towards me now. I've just got to hold on. There, I'm charging in one of my cavalry units there as well. But you can see that Fesen's got his infantry over there. You can see there's a unit of beasts, Macedonians there as well. And you can see Aurelius' Greek cities moving over here as well. I think I've just lost my eagle unit there. You can see that cavalry unit coming in there, like, and bang! And there's another Brutii cavalry unit coming in now. Could this break my infantry? Watch his cavalry attack coming in there. That cavalry unit going to smash into my infantry, and bang! Make no mistake, he was going for my general. Look at the penetration of that Brutii cavalry unit into my battle formation, and my units are still holding. Still holding there. Right, luckily here comes my allies now. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn defence into attack. I can see my allies are coming for me. Can you see I'm now advancing with my infantry into that Julii infantry? Okay, I can see my allies approaching there, so I'm just going to attack now. As I say, I've been defensive all the way through this battle, so now it's time to turn defense into attack with the support of my allies there. Okay, as I say, I just lost my eagle unit there, but I'm still going to attack there. I've held up and held up for a long time in defense, but now it's time to turn that defense into attack. And you can see with all my allies moving forward as well. Pause the game for a second there. So we managed to take out the Julii general. As I say, I'm moving forward there with all the support of my allies to finish off the those Julii infantry that have been attacking me all the way through the battle, right from the early stages of the battle there. Watch my infantry. Can you see my infantry charging forward into those Julii infantry there? Backed up by my allies, Spartans, Macedonians, and Fesen's Scipii troops there as well. And there we are. Looks like we've managed to go on to win the battle there. Just to say well done to my allies there. I thought they did really well. And just to say, it was kind of like 3 separate battles, wasn't it? if you like, the main battle in the center was here. You could just see, look at the piles of dead there. Oh my gosh. You can see the intensity of the fighting here in the center. Started off with Royer's really aggressive attack, but then the combination of Fesen's and Beast's cavalry kind of, I think, did a big job there for us in the center. I mean, just look at the masses of dead there. Oh my gosh. So that's the main battle in the center. And then on our right flank here, you can see it was a Greek city and Carthaginian battle going on there as well. So that was kind of like the second battle. So you had the first battle in the center, second battle here on our right flank. You just see the intensity of the fighting. And then at the rear here, we had kind of the third battle. Remember, this is where we took out Venator's cavalry. Do you remember my cavalry? We had Fesen's cavalry and Beast's cavalry in there. Took out his cavalry, Venator's cavalry there. But here was the third battle at the rear of our team there. And you can see that was quite an intense battle there. Once again, just by all the dead that are there. So, oh my gosh. That was a heck of a battle there. All our units are very, very battle depleted. Make no mistake about that. I think I can see 4 or maybe 5 Macedonian units left out of... what was it, 17 pikes and 3 cavalry. I think he got 5 units, battle damage units left. My units are all extremely battle damaged. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. Really well played to everybody, guys. It was a great battle. And as I say, it's very rare to get a close victory. So when we do get a close victory, I always feel compelled to show that battle because it is so rare. So, as I say, I like the close battles as well. Okay, so highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Fesen. 1,652 kills. So well done to Fesen there. He was supporting all over the battlefield. So really well done. Good aggressive attacking as well. So well done to Barclayman. He got over 1,000 kills. So well done to him. Well done to Royer. Got some great kills there with his aggressive attack there in the center. Well done to Tabor, got some great kills as well. Well done to him. And well done to SPQR Vetator, got some great kills as well. So really well played, guys. Great battle there. And my kills, well, remember the RTW rewards attack and play with good kills. So bearing in mind I was defensive for a large amount of that battle. I was surprised I got that many kills, actually. So I'm quite pleased with that. Bearing in mind, as I say, I was defensive for a lot of that battle. So, yeah. I'm quite pleased with those kills. Well done to Fesen, as I say, highest kills in the game there. Really well done to him. Well done to Beast with his Macedonian quantity over quality army there. Got some great kills as well. So really well done to Titan's Beast there. As I say, quantity over quality, did well. And well done to Aurelius, got some good kills with his faction of choice Greek cities. Now what about faction advantage here? So we had Rome, Macedon and Greek cities. I think that's quite a strong combination there. And they had Carthage, Rome and Rome. And I think that's quite a strong combination as well. So maybe there's not a faction advantage here. But if you think there is, please put your thoughts in the comments. We play Rome Total War every Friday and Saturday night. If you'd like to join us, it would be great to see you. You can see we still have really great games in this game. And it would be great, as I said, to see you. And Spartan Commander saying bye for now.